My name is Dave Simpson. I come from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, specifically North York, and I moved to Cumberland in May of 2021. I decided to move to Cumberland because I wanted to live again. I spent many years working, even as a soccer player. I didn't have the opportunity of really living the life that I wanted to live. Usually it goes from the pitch to the airplane to the hotel and repeat again. I lived in nice surroundings, but I never had a chance to experience it. And when I moved back to Ontario, because of cost of living and because of the hustle and bustle, you lose time, which I desperately wanted for my family and for myself, that I missed out on in my earlier years. Traffic, and then the 8-hour work days, and also because of cost of living, sometimes you have to pick up another job to have a quality of life. I wasn't seeing my wife and my children as much as I would like to. She's my partner in crime in everything. And so when we decided to move somewhere where we'd be able to spend time together, but we didn't know where at first. And so we took a trip to Pugwash. We just decided we're gonna travel around Canada and see where we fit in. And we always wanted to come here. We heard about it. And so we decided to get an Airbnb in Pugwash, just randomly, because it was the one that was available. and so we went out there and we fell in love immediately. We just happened to need groceries, so where's the nearest location? And for us, that was Amherst. We got lost in Amherst for a bit. And so when our trip was over, after 7 days, we were driving back and we looked at each other without saying a word. We already knew. And so this was 2019, and we decided that we would move. But then, of course, we all know what happened at the end of 2019 going into 2020, and that kind of stalled everything for us. So soon as we had the chance, we bought and we moved here, and we're never leaving. My favorite thing about living in Cumberland is the nature and the life that you're able to live. So many times I've lived in places where people spend a ton of money to get what's free here. Just having the nature, the peace of mind, being in all the trails and the places that you can go, the beaches, fresh air. I know it sounds crazy, but fresh air is a big thing. You can feel it. It's almost like you can taste it. The people and just the camaraderie. When I first moved here, my neighbors knew who I was before I moved in. They were friends with the real estate agent, and the real estate agent was friends with the person downtown. And so everybody kind of knew, and they came over immediately. I think the second day, our neighbor was already in our house and we were having a meal together. The children come over all the time. It's just a very friendly place, and there's a lot of places to go see. 5 Islands, and you have Joggins, which is a place where you can see real dinosaur fossils, not too far away. You're always about 15 to 20 minutes away from some body of water, which is beautiful. You have the Bay of Fundy, you have tides, which you don't have in Ontario and other places. You have some beaches are red sand or clay, and some are, pebble beaches, and some are white sand, and some are, it's just so different. I mean, even where I am right now, I'm in between PEI, I'm on the border of New Brunswick, and I'm living in Nova Scotia. Where can you get that? This place is just marvelous for me. Anyone that wants to enjoy life, being around good people, and like being outdoors, this is the place for you. And the winters aren't as bad as you think. I would say to someone who's considering making the move to Cumberland, experience it for yourself. I came here to experience it, to know it for myself. That's the number one thing I would say. The pictures and the videos that you would see on YouTube about how gorgeous this place is doesn't do it justice, number one. And there's only so much that you can actually show. Each place is very, very different. It has its own characteristic. The people are different, the experience is different. It makes sense to travel and to experience it for yourself. And then rather than to live your life off of somebody else's words and maybe their experience that's not going to be yours. But when I came and I experienced it for myself, I already knew. So nobody could tell me anything when I went back. Why are you moving? I'll tell you why. I know. I would like to say that I've traveled all over the world and I've met many different kinds of people. And I've been to different places and different environments with different cultures. And I decided to live here, and I have no plans on leaving. This place is very unique, and a lot of people here don't understand how unique it is because they've always been here. They don't understand that when they go to their cottage, That cottage is what people pay $600,000 for in Ontario. The life that you have for free, the things that you have, value them. The greatest things in life aren't the things that you could pay for. It's the things that are timeless. Don't waste your time with the other stuff.
My name is Janelle Simpson. I am originally from St. Lucia. I lived in Ajax, Ontario for about 13 years before we moved to Cumberland County in May of 2021. My favorite thing about Cumberland is the people. It's shocking to me how friendly people have been to us and how friendly people are here. It took me by surprise because coming from Toronto, which is very different from Cumberland, we had to get used to the lifestyle of people just walking up to you and saying, hello, how are you doing? Do you need my help? It's been great. So the people to me have been the number one thing that I've loved the most so far with being here. We've met people who's invited us to their home without knowing us, just having a conversation with us on the street, like, hey, do you want to come have a cup of coffee? Like, who does that? So it's fantastic. The quality of life in Cumberland is fantastic. I find people here knows work-life balance and what that means. We value our family time together, which is something that we had a hard time with in Ontario because it was constantly on the go, rat race, getting to work, coming home, going back to work with our part-time jobs. So the quality of life here is second to none. What's different about living in Cumberland as compared to Ontario is the fact that I can let my kids run around outside and not have to think about, oh, a car is going to come or something bad is going to happen to them. Where we lived, it was a very tight-knit community. It was, I have nothing bad to say about it, but I was afraid of letting my kids just go out to our backyard and not being able to see them. Coming here, I don't have to worry or think about these things. They can run around, go down by the bay with their friends, and I don't have any real concerns about it because I know that everyone in this community, everyone looks after each other, and it's a safe place to be. I think I would just encourage people to come to Cumberland County, come to Nova Scotia, come to the Maritimes, and just experience it for themselves. Like my husband said, it's a great place to be, and you're not gonna know what it's like until you come, which is what we did. We were searching for something in Ontario, and we didn't know what it was, but we knew that our time there was coming to an end. We just didn't know where we were gonna go. And that trip in 2019 was a blessing to us. We came, we were at the beach, we saw the sunsets, and we just said to ourselves, this is where we need to raise our family. We need to come here. So I encourage everyone, come to Cumberland County and you will see why we love it. Join us in Cumberland,
where you really can have it all.